Welcome everyone to our episode 33 of our section Drops of Wisdom on the podcast Cultivating a New Generation. In today's Wednesday of reviewing books, we are going to discuss the book by Steven Kotler, The Rise of Superman. This book talks about the flow state and how to enter what it is and the substances that are being released by your brain and the regions of the brain that are being activated in order to get to that amazing state where time stops, where you feel ecstatic, where you are one with the universe or with the experience, and when you are being fusion with your own voice of the intuition. Those are the characteristics of this state of flow, and many people have experienced a lot of emotions through this flow state where they, after they finish the experience, they want to get more. So being in flow means time becomes non-linear. You don't have a notion of how much time has passed. There is an infinite wisdom and possibilities that start being attracted to your awareness. There is alluring attractiveness, creativity, and enhancement of your skills that is beyond any boundary, gifting you with the motivation that you need to create momentum, to create progress, and feel completely ecstatic about what you are doing in the moment. Have you ever been in the zone? Have you ever experienced the entire world around you to fade away? Those amazing experiences are completely memorized in your brain. Did you notice when you had that experience during that time that you were performing at your very best or you had a lot of ideas? If so, you are not alone. There is a lot of people that have entered into this realm of flow. This experience is fundamental part of the human experience. But what it is exactly? Well, as defined by the book, the main quote of the book is flow is a mental state that allows us to perform at our best level. One way it does so is by acutely increasing in our ability to find creative solutions to problems. One way it does that is increasing the release of many neurotransmitters. People often find flow to be a powerful spiritual experience. After being in the flow state, many people report having heard the voice. Which voice? Your own voice. Your subconscious creative intuition. For example, when the famous climber Dean Potter recounts climbing the gigantic Fitzroy mountain, he attributes this success to that voice within himself. Upon reaching a wall of ice, 3 times the size of New York's Chrysler Building, which is 1,046 feet, that can be almost 3 times, is almost a kilometer. He made approximately 670 correct moves in order to get to the top with no equipment. Not being able to judge a path from the bottom of the wall, just one wrong move would have meant death. But the voice inside of him did not deceive him. In addition, people who are in flow state often experience feeling ego loss. So imagine that, that's amazing. The sense that they don't exist as individuals, they become their sport or their experience. For example, surfers, surfers often report the feeling of being one with the waves after experiencing the flow. Flow is often experienced as something deeply spiritual, and these experiences are tied to our neurochemistry. When we enter these flow states, our brain releases the following five crucial chemicals that both make us feel good and actually augment the performance. The first one is dopamine, which helps us to sharpen our focus and find novel solutions to problems. Our brains are constantly bombarded with a myriad of signals, and dopamine help us adjust the signal to noise ratio and filter useful information from everything else. Dopamine is also responsible for our feelings of engagement, excitement, and desire for exploration. And in fact, it even rewards exploratory behavior by making us feel good. Next is norepinephrine, which helps us maintain focus and boost our skills. Norepinephrine increases blood sugar, thus giving us more energy in our bodies. It also speeds up the heart rate and respiration, ensuring that our muscles don't wear out. In our brains, it increases emotional control, arousal, and attention. In essence, it helps keep us focused on the task at hand, that is norepinephrine. This is combined with a healthy dose of another neurochemical, anandamide, which boosts our creativity. Anandamide increases the lateral thought, our brain's ability to develop novel connections. You heard me well? You are creating new pathways in your brain. Furthermore, it reduces our ability to feel fear, thus making us more prone to test out these novel ideas and when they are performing exercise or in an athletic competition, this is what makes people fearless. In addition, endorphins relief offer us relief from the muscle pain, so it allows us to not feel the pain in those moments. And this is especially useful for extreme athletes who push their bodies to the absolute limits. Endorphins are also incredibly powerful. The most commonly produced endorphin is more powerful than medical morphine by a factor of 100. So you don't need any external drugs to prime your body or your brain. You just need to connect with what you love and to start performing exercise so that you stimulate those states of flow. Finally, the flow state is followed by a healthy squirt of serotonin. Serotonin is responsible for the afterglow or that brilliance in your eyes that we feel after being in the sun, and a big part of what keeps us coming for more. All these chemicals contribute to the deeply profound experience of peak performance, both in terms of our physical abilities as well as the amazing feeling itself. Scientists have discovered that when you are immersed in any task, from playing cards to mountain climbing, your superior frontal gyrus is responsible for self-awareness and introspection, and it begins to shut down. In addition, our orientation and adjustment area, the part of the brain which help us orient ourselves in relation to other objects in our environment, begins to slow down. So we are in slow motion. That's why we don't feel the passing of time. This is what is responsible for the feeling of oneness, all in addition to the sense of not feeling the time, that many people experience when they are in intense flow states, being one with the waves while surfing or one with the universe during a meditation. So how does this translate into increasing performance? It turns out that this decrease in self-awareness makes us less likely to doubt our intuitions and more likely to act out novel ideas. That's why we feel motivated, we are more prone to do the activities, and those are the strategies that you can use as much as you want to enter into those flow states. So there is a pharmacy literally in your brain being released every time you allow yourself to enter to these flow states. How can you start making this easier for your brain? Meditating, journaling, um, walking, doing exercise, and sleeping well. All those are combination of activities that you can use to prime your brain and enter into the flow state. I hope that this information allows you to enter this zone and helps you to be more motivated in your days. Thank you for your attention. Have a wonderful afternoon, and if you can help me, I would really appreciate it that you give me some reaction, some comment, and if you can, forward the information so that more people start listening. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I'm going to post below in the comments, and you can also listen to the full episodes every Friday in the morning. I release them, and you can listen to them or watch them. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a wonderful afternoon and rest of the week. Bye.